Hello guys. Originally I was going to do another computer video. I actually have a few computer videos in the works, but they're taking a little bit longer than I thought they would. So instead of just going for 3+ weeks without putting any content out, I decided I'd do just this short little video going over a VCR I picked up. If you guys remember, a couple videos back I said I was looking for a VCR for my setup, and I had a couple and none of them really worked out. They all kind of had issues. And I ended up picking this one up not too long ago, and it's worked out pretty well. It has a little problem with it, but it still is quite usable. So yeah, this is my JVC. Of course, I've had so much good luck with JVC products. So yeah, this is my JVC VCR I've been using, and you see here it is a Super VHS. So Super VHS, it was just kind of an upgrade to regular VHS. It had S-video output, and there were some Super VHS tapes made. The resolution was higher on Super VHS tapes. I think it was maybe close to the same resolution as a Laserdisc, but commercial releases on S-video were pretty rare. The only thing I can think of is like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, I think, had an S-video release, but you could buy special S-video tapes and record things in S-video, and it did look significantly better than just regular VCR, but a regular, using through the composite. So practical terms like buying VHS tapes and watching them, having an S-VHS player doesn't really do that much. Just you are able to use the S-video. It does clean up the image a little bit using S-video over composite with a VCR, but it's not like a huge step up or anything, but it is a little bit noticeable. So this unit here, this was one of their earlier S-VHS decks. So it doesn't have all the neat features like later decks. Like it doesn't have the ET feature, which I think it allowed you to record on regular VHS tapes, but they looked a little bit better. It doesn't have all the neat features like that, but it's a pretty nice deck. This would be considered a prosumer VCR, and that means it's somewhere between like regular consumer and a professional. So not quite as high quality as a professional deck, but it has a little bit better maybe feature set than a regular consumer deck. So it was meant you could do some editing on this, some very light editing. So but yeah, it's a deck that I've been using to just watch VHS tapes. It's actually worked out pretty well. So we'll just go over this thing really quick, and I guess first we would want to talk about the model number. This is an HR-S7100U, and it's from JVC, of course, and it's a hi-fi deck and S-VHS, so pretty simple there. Here we got the high resolution VCR over 400 lines, power button, menu button on the deck, select, channel set, plus and minus. Up here we have family message. Not quite sure what that does. And we have hyperbase. So that probably has something to maybe enhance your audio experience. So right here we have a little thing that opens here. We have a mic, S-VHS. We got your composite video and left and right composite. And then a little thing for, it says remote and pause. And then over here, of course, we have the display screen here. And then over here, we have stop, eject, play, record, pause, and then a nice jog wheel. I really like this jog wheel. So you can rewind, fast forward, but you can also, do it at a variable pace, which it's pretty nice. And then you can go kind of frame by frame. I always like that. It's a really kind of neat feature. And then we have another little compartment under here, and we have insert ADUB, SPEP, timer button, TV video to select your output or inputs, I guess. There's the S-VHS button, so I guess if you had an S-VHS tape, you would hit that to engage it. And then some editing buttons, start, in, out, and RA edit. Not sure what those do, but I think that's for, like I said, since this is a prosumer deck, that would be for your doing some light video editing. So let's turn it around on the back, and kind of a standard power plug there. Here's our audio. We have left and right. It is a hi-fi deck. You still have your composite, and then you have S-video, and you have in and out. And we have our RF. We have one for antenna, VHF, UHF, channel 4 and 3 select, AV CompuLink, and an RA edit to a cable box. So again, I'm not 100% sure what those are, but they're there. So yeah, I think this thing came out maybe the late 80s. I'm not 100% sure, but I do like it. It is nice. It has this cool side too. It's like these fake wood, but it's like dark. I don't really like wood grain, but this is like really kind of dark wood grain, so it gives off a little bit more of an 80s aesthetic rather than a 70s aesthetic, which personally I like. But yeah, these are pretty cool. I'm not really sure. They almost seem out of place, but it's still pretty cool that they're there. This deck here, it looks like it has some paint speckling on it, so someone might have had this sitting around when they were doing some painting, but it's really not too bad. So before we wrap the video up, I'll just plug this thing in and we'll see it with a display, and we'll pop in a tape real quick. Maybe I can get it to do the weird thing. See, what it usually does is when I put in a tape initially, it will spit it back out, and then I push it in, and then the second time you insert the tape, it plays normally. So I don't know what's going on there. Any of you guys that are VCR wizards, let me know in the comments what the issue might be. It's not a deal breaker or anything, just a very mild inconvenience. But other than that, it seems to work just fine. Alright, so I have it hooked up. Right now I have it hooked up through composite, just because I don't have an S-video cable kind of hanging around, but really shouldn't make that much of a difference. So we hit the power button and powers up, and you can see the two little displays for the left and right audio. I always liked those things. I always liked blinking lights and whatnot. Alright, I had the TV on the wrong channel there, but there is the blue screen when it's waiting for something, a tape to be inserted. We get the nice blue with the JVC logo. Very nice. And now we're going to put in a movie. And what do I have? Well, obviously because of copyright, it's going to be very brief, but we have Iron Eagle, Poor Man's Top Gun, so with Louis Gossett Jr. So let us put this one in, and this is a, yeah, it's hi-fi stereo too. So now let's see if it will do it where it will what I was talking about earlier, where it will spit the tape out. Sometimes it doesn't. Nope. Yeah, see, and then I just do that again, and it's fine. So I don't know how it does that. So if anybody knows, let me know. But yeah, it's fast forward here, and yeah. And when you stop the fast forward rewinding, it pauses, which is nice. Of course, the image is kind of jittery, but just not getting like a blank screen is really nice. Even some, like one of my Laserdisc players doesn't have the digital memory in it, and when you pause, it's just blue screen. So it is nice to actually get a pause screen. And we got rewind right there, and I believe, yeah, you can even go with the little, let me see, let me get it better. And with this little wheel here, I believe you can even go frame by frame. Yeah, see? No, dude. Which is nice. It's a nice, yeah, it's a nice little feature there. So just play it. So yeah, it's pretty cool little VCR. Let me, and then we have pause. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, the only thing is it does that thing where it ejects when I first put in a tape, but then when I push it in again, it seems to play just fine. So I'm not really sure why it's doing that. So if anyone knows, let me know in the comments. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that is a quick look at the JVC HR-S7100U VCR. Early S-VHS player, but it's still kind of stylish, kind of nice. It's not, doesn't have like a ton of features, If I had the remote for it, maybe there's more features on the remote, but it is quite serviceable. So yeah, that's just a quick video. I wanted to throw something out, and I had this guy for a while that I've been using to play my VHS tapes. So if you have any comments or suggestions or anything, let me know in the comments. And I definitely do have, so I know my AV stuff doesn't really go over as well as my computer stuff, but for you guys that are really here for the computer content, if you've actually stuck through this kind of brief video, I've got some good computer stuff on the way. It's just taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. So, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Putting a little bit more effort into it, a little bit more research. So we've got that coming very soon. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you like this kind of stuff, please let me know in the comments, subscribe, hit that weird bell notification thing. I guess that's something I have to do now. But thanks again, guys. I'll see you in the next video.